Alrighty. So in the previous video, I showed you the four websites that you need, the only four websites that matter really when it comes to finding lucrative, top paying, highly reviewed tech companies. And what I want to show you now is the next step because we're going to start picking companies to apply to, but I want to be diligent. I want to show you how to make smart career moves so that you don't end up in a dead end job with a terrible manager and a company that's not going to promote you or pay you well. I want you to join a winning company. I want you to join a safe bet, a place where you could be for at least 2 or 3 years before going and getting your next job opportunity, which is going to be even more higher paying or even a promotion. Your career matters, as I mentioned before. So we want to do this right. And what I'm going to show you today is also going to play a role in the next module about interviewing. So let's go ahead and get started. At this point, what you should have done already is maybe, well, no, that's actually wrong. Let me go back because I didn't give you homework on the last video. But what I want you to start doing is picking the top companies that really pique your interest. And so I went ahead and already picked a couple. So I'm going to show you my process of vetting companies even further. So let's go ahead and get started. One of the companies that I saw on here on the best products of 2022 that caught my interest was a company called Procore. They're number 49 on the list, which is good actually because everyone, if anyone is following this process outside of this course, which by the way there are folks doing that, there's a lot of smart, savvy tech people out there that use this website. They're probably all applying for the top 10. So sometimes it's actually good to go down the list and find these diamonds in the rough. So I found Procore and they really piqued my interest. They are, one of the best companies out there in the construction management category. And so what you want to go ahead and do is take this a step further. Let me close out these windows real quick. Number one, you want to go ahead and check out the page. So obviously well reviewed. And what I like to do after that is actually access the grid report. And what the grid report shows is a list of all of their competitors and how they're ranked. And so what you want to do is you want to go and apply to a company that's one of the market leaders. Don't go and join a tech company that has a bad product because that's just going to make your life miserable. You're not going to make any money and you're going to have a hard time motivating yourself to go out there and sell and do your job effectively because at the end of the day, you know that the product doesn't actually do what it needs to do. So I think the best way to start is to start with a where you're going to be highly motivated to perform. And so one of the best ways to do that as a salesperson is to go and find the best products out there that are going to be easier to sell. Because the easier it is to sell, the less competition you have, and the easier it is to make money. So as you can see, Procore is the leader, one of the leaders. And then everything after that is Oracle. You got Autodesk Construction Cloud. You got a company called FieldWire, TouchPlan, etc. So it wouldn't actually be a bad move to maybe go apply to one of their competitors as well as you're applying to them. You might as well do it. It's a good way to get interview experience. It's also a good way to test if your resume actually works, which I'll go ahead and get into this strategy in another video so I can walk you through how to apply. But for the time being, what I want you to take note of is the grid report. Make sure that any companies that you're adding to the spreadsheet, I'm going to show you how to do this in a second, but any company that you're applying to and adding to your spreadsheet, let's make sure that they are the leader in their space, in their category, if not one of the leaders. And so let's go ahead and do that. So I went ahead and checked out the G2 reviews. And what I like to do is just highlight and make sure that they have as much green as possible. So now what I want to do after that is check out Glassdoor. So literally what I do is look up Procore Glassdoor, and that's all I do. What I'm looking for here, if you don't know what Glassdoor is basically a website where employees can go and review the company. And what you want to do here is ensure that you're not joining a toxic work environment that is going to cause you to hate your life. Because again, we want a fruitful, fulfilling career. We don't want to make wrong decisions. And so, what I'm seeing here, and I'm going to filter it even more, I'm going to filter it by the United States. That's where I'm based out of. And really what we're looking for is, let me see what I can do here actually. Let me log in. Boom. All right. Oh man, it's going to ask me all these questions. Bear with me. All right. Let's just keep it at the Google page. Obviously, when you guys are here, go ahead and create a Glassdoor account. But what we're looking for is a 4.0 rating or higher. Anything below that is risky. You can go as low as 3.5, but I personally like to chase companies that at a minimum have a 4.0 or higher, because that's a healthy rating. That means that the employees of those companies are happy. And so Procore clearly fits that. They got 800 votes, 4.4 rating. That's a good thing. So I go back to the spreadsheet and I give it another, rating. Let me just add this because I'm gonna share this with you guys, and I want you to know exactly what to do. And then I have case studies. So this is just going the extra step. What I want to do here is I want to go to the Procore website, and what I'm looking for is customer case studies. So in other words, what I want to know is that this company clearly has uh, a visible, transparent, and obvious impact on their customers, a positive impact. Because if I can prove that, then I know that what I'm selling, or what I will be selling if I get a job here, is some really good stuff. And that's going to motivate me. So every software company, every tech company has this. You just go to the customer stories and you go to case studies. And this is where you're going to do a little bit more research, but essentially what you're looking for is just a high amount of case studies. And look at this. They do. They've got a bunch of testimonials. That's great news. And what I'm looking for as well are percentages and numbers. So in terms of, here's their number one case study with Oxford. And what I want to look for is just clear return on investment. Again, it's obvious that they do have a positive impact. They even have a customer video, and yeah, that's basically what I am looking for. I want to be joining a company that has those return on investment case studies, because that way I know that the company is actually, highly effective. So I go ahead and give it another green star rating. And that's great. This is going to make me very confident in applying, or very excited and motivated to apply and shoot my shot with the best of my ability. Obviously, sometimes you don't get all green. Sometimes you'll get a yellow one, right? Sometimes you even get a red one. Those are companies that I recommend that you apply to, but you kind of apply to more in a way of like, just for fun. You're just testing the waters and testing the effectiveness of your resume, not because you actually, care, or because you actually care to land the interview or the job with them. I recommend that actually. Don't just shoot your shot with only the tier one with the best companies that intrigue you. Go ahead and apply to some companies that maybe you're not as excited about, especially if you're younger and you don't have, that professional experience quite as developed yet. Go and get your reference experiences, and make sure you're really shooting your shot as much as possible, so that you can improve your approach and get better. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, interviewing and job hunting is a skill, it's a muscle. And if you go a long time without exercising that muscle and practicing, you will go rusty. Fact. So, just make sure that you're not always just applying to the best of the best, but you're actually practicing on some that maybe aren't as enticing. That's okay. That's normal. I highly recommend that. Now, let's go to another one. There was another company that I wanted to check out here that caught my interest by the name of User Testing. Let's check them out. Boom. Same thing. What I'm looking for is that access grid report. So let's go to it. But already, good to see that they've got over 500 reviews and they're ranked 4.5 stars. Boom, look at this. User Testing is one of the leaders in the market. And we also got a couple others. You got Userback, you got Winter, User Interviews, Hotjar, SurveyKit, and Wevo. But it seems like User Testing is one of the top contenders. So obviously, I go back to my spreadsheet and I go ahead and mark it green. Now let's go ahead and Google User Testing Glassdoor reviews. Okay, not bad. Check this out. 4.3 rating, 230 votes. It's less than Procores, but that's still pretty damn good. Let's go ahead and give them the green light there. Now let's go and check out their case study. So let's go to their website. Let's see, usertesting.com. All right, we're here. Oh, I love this. Anytime a company, displays logos and customer logos that folks are working with, especially if those are logos that you already recognize, that's huge. This company's working with HP. They're working with Subway. They're working with Alaska Airlines. I love that. That's huge. Let's go ahead and click on the customer stories to see a little bit more. Oh man, see, they're just leading with the logos. They're rubbing it in your face. They want you to know that they're it. Um, and again, what I'm trying to do is just overall looking for a lot of case studies. As you can see, this one just keeps going. I'm just clicking load more, load more, load more. And amongst, not only am I looking for a high number of case studies and testimonials, I actually also like to see big logos as well. So I love to see a company that's getting, very well-known customers. So User Testing works with Adobe Photoshop. That's huge. Let's see if we can find other ones. Obviously, Alaska Airlines, IBM, Walmart, Philips, Fandango. Fandango is I used to use that back in the day to buy movie tickets online. Let's see who else they're working with. Expedia, I love Expedia. NBC, come on, who doesn't know NBC? Microsoft, AAA, insurance, that's huge. Basically, they got some amazing, even Burberry, right? Who doesn't know Burberry? That's luxury clothing. So that's huge. Let's even go ahead and click on that one. Again, what we're looking for is numbers, and you already see it. With the help of User Testing, Burberry was able to increase their rating on the App Store from 4.6 to 4.9. They were able to increase customer interaction by 200%. Love it. That's exactly what we are looking for. Clear case studies that indicate that this company has a positive impact on their customers. This is really what it's all about as a seller. You don't want to be selling snake oil. You don't want to be scamming people. You really want to be selling something that at the end of the day is going to positively impact them, and they're going to be freaking happy that you helped them. So this is great. Go back to my spreadsheet and give them a green light. Boom. Now, in terms of next steps, oh wait, did we look them up? Yeah, we did. We did look them up on Glassdoor. So I think I've made my point clear here. You know, I'm all about taking a healthier approach to breaking into tech sales. I don't want to mislead you and sell you on the dream and try to get you any tech sales job out there. I don't want you to just go for the low hanging fruit. I really want you to go for the best of the best and join a company that's really going to excite you. So go ahead and go back to those 4 websites, find as many companies that intrigue you as possible. Don't worry about them all being green. That's okay. If some of them turn out to have a little bit of red or a little bit of yellow, no worries. Just know that you're going to be applying to that company and using them more as kind of like a guinea pig to test and improve your interviewing skills and your resume. And then if you start to see that you land interviews with those companies, then you know your resume works and you can start to use your resume on your top picks that are all green. So go ahead and come up with a list of about 15 companies. And let's, you know what, like come up with as much as you want, 15 at minimum. Let's go and do our research, folks, and complete the spreadsheet. I'll go ahead and attach it to the course and I'll also include your homework and action items for this module. But I hope at this point you understand how to go and vet tech companies and make sure that you're joining the best option out there possible. Best of luck.